Now we're going to go over the wiring for the VAT system, and what we have here is some of the components disassembled, and we have everything wired together tightly for demonstration purposes. We have the airspace sensor completely disassembled, so you can see what the internals look like with the bottom puck and the top puck and the display and the backside of the SA stem, and then we have our product sensor fully assembled. So to start off with, we're going to look at the SA stem. The SA stem contains two 3-wire RTDs. Each one has 2 white wires and a black wire. The black wire will be the signal wire and the white wires are the commons. One set of wires goes to the bottom puck, and that will actually be connected up to the recorder, and this one's coming into TB5. This is our airspace input block on the recorder, and we have the green is the signal, the red is a common, and the white is a common. So this RTD element comes up, goes to the bottom puck, and is basically just fed straight through as an input signal coming into the AJ recorder. The other element of the stem goes to the top puck inside of the sensor, and again we have our signal wire and our 2 commons, the black and the 2 whites, and then this actually is just driving, this puck drives the display on the sensor. So there is a wire that comes from the recorder. It's actually getting power from the recorder. On TB3 we have plus on the left and minus on the right, but these 2 wires are providing 24 volts to power up the display on the sensor. So then we have our product sensor, which also has 2 wires coming out of it that connect up to the motherboard on the recorder. So when we look at the motherboard of the recorder, we have the TB3, and this supplies power to both sensors. That's why we have 2 red wires on the plus and 2 black wires on the minus. One set of wires goes to the product sensor, the other set of wires goes to the airspace sensor. The next block over is TB4. This is the input block for the product sensor, and on this we have a green, a red, and a white. The green is our signal, the red and the whites are the commons. These are coming from the bottom puck of the product sensor. Over to the right we have TB5. We have a green, a red, and a white here, the same setup. The green is the signal, the red and whites are the common, and these are coming from the bottom puck on the airspace sensor. Now we're going to look inside the CT8 housing with the top puck installed and look at the wiring that gets connected to the top puck. We have the 2 screws that hold the top puck in place. You remove those screws when you need to take the top puck out to get access to the bottom puck, and then once the top puck's installed, you carefully install those screws to hold the puck in place. In the hole in the center of the puck is where the wires come through, and then we have the red and the black wire that are the 24 volt supply coming from TB3 on the recorder. The red wire gets connected to the loop plus terminal, the black wire gets connected to the loop minus terminal. Then over on the other side we have our second RTD element. We have the black wire, which is going to go to the signal terminal, and we have the 2 white wires that are going to go to the common terminals. The display has a red and a black wire. The red wire gets connected to the display plus terminal, and the black wire gets connected to the display minus terminal. I just wanted to mention, when you order the sensors, they come pre-wired with all of the wires connected inside of here. So you really wouldn't have to go inside of this unless you were replacing a component or unless you purchased a sensor that did not come with wire and you installed your own wire. Now we're going to look at the inside of the recorder. Inside of the recorder, the wires from the sensor come up through these rubber grommets in the bottom of the case. The recorder comes with those grommets. You're going to just poke holes through those grommets and then slide the wires up through and connect those to the terminal blocks. The shield wires from the sensors, all the shield wires from each cable are connected together with a wire nut, and they're connected to a separate wire which is going to come up here and be connected to the earth ground terminal on the back plane of the recorder with these large screws up in the top of the case. Our power wire comes in through another separate rubber grommet here, and that comes up and connects to TB1 on the motherboard next to the transformer. L1 gets connected to the left screw, and L2 will be connected to the right screw.